Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I am here today with another big announcement or update with the development, evolution of my YouTube channel, the video podcast. And so I just wanted to have a conversation about what's going on behind the scenes, where my head is at, and take you along with me on this journey. So if you've been following me on Instagram, watching my YouTube videos, one thing you know is that I deeply care about the mess of figuring things out, the mess of being vulnerable during difficult or challenging times, and being able to highlight that these things happen. They're not necessarily outliers and occur more common than you would expect, but we tend to show the more glamorous, the more positive outcomes on social media. One of the biggest motivations behind my social media content is to be able to show the beginning, the middle, and the end, and the cleanup, and the brainstorming, and the confusion, and all of that stuff. Throughout this journey, I've met some really, really great people. I've met individuals that I consider lifelong mentors. I've met friends that I consider part of my community. I've met some of you all through the creation of my YouTube videos, social media, and I am just forever grateful for you all being a part of this journey and being able to ride these waves with me, being able to learn through me, from me, and also allowing me to learn from you all. But before we just dive right into today's video, I am a licensed eligible clinical psychologist with a specialized training or focus in forensic psychology. And I am the host behind this YouTube channel, behind my podcast, where we talk about all things identity, we talk about all things healing, wellness, mental health, we talk about creativity and what it's like to be a work in progress. And throughout my journey, I've had just some amazing conversations and reflections about where I want to take my career, where you all are thinking about taking your career, the pivots that you've had. And I'm so incredibly honored to have been a part of those many conversations that involved some of you on the opposite end of that, where you all are seeking guidance, you're seeking support, you're seeking just a safe space where you could share some of your own struggles, your concerns, share your success stories, and figure out, okay, like, what is my next step now? So inspired by you all, I have created something that I am so excited to sort of spearhead and see where this goes. I am now offering consultation services. And so as I was going through grad school, I really felt like I had to piece things together on my own. I had to do those Google searches. I had to find my own community. I had to figure out what worked for me, what didn't work for me. I had to have hard conversations. I had to fall on hard times and figure out, like, could I get back up? And if so, how? I want to be clear that throughout my grad school journey, I've had amazing mentors and amazing sounding boards. I was fortunate enough to develop these professional relationships through practicum sites where I did my clinical training, through Facebook pages, through Cohort Sisters. Shout out to Cohort Sisters if you're not familiar. While I had these phenomenal mentors, I didn't always feel that I could be 100% honest about my doubts, my concerns, or what I was experiencing. And that was partly due to how removed some of the individuals I would consult with were, how our lived experiences differ dramatically, right? Like a Black woman navigating the complexities of getting a PhD and having largely 98% white male mentors. It is a very different experience. And to be honest, I think there was also hesitation on my part because a lot of my thinking is influenced by today's generation, right? I'm a millennial. I'm thinking about how I confuse together my authentic self and the work that I do and my values and my responsibilities. And that isn't always well accepted or understood. What are you doing? Get your toy. So I really wanted to create something that I really needed, something that is supportive, affirming, honest, and intentional. This is really made to be tailored to the individual seeking those services. It's not intended to be this one size fits all where it's like this master class. And I hope to move to a point where I could have these like group-based training or info sessions where folks are sort of self-selecting to be a part of this group, maybe because of this shared identity. But this is really intimate one-on-one time where I can learn about you, I can learn about your goals, and we could have more candid conversations. And I wanted to use the pun and sort of also introduce this sort of rebranding that has been in the works, but we'll save that till the end. So I want to walk you all through the resources, and I'm going to put up these resources so you could follow along visually as I describe them. So here's what the consultation offerings are going to look like. There's one 30-minute free consultation session, and this is a soft check-in, if you will. No pressure, there's no preparation that needs to be done on your part. It's just a space to see what you're navigating and whether this would be the right fit for you, right? Like the last thing that I want you to do is feel like you're wasting resources, right? Resources are finite, and we are in a situation where a lot of what is required of us, financially speaking, emotionally speaking, we just don't really have it to offer, right? So before you invest in something that is a little bit more time consuming and a little bit more resource intensive, I want you to feel like you're walking away from that initial session like, yes, this could be useful. It seems like we're on the same page and I'm ready to take that next step. Then the next step would be a clarity session. So this is a $95 clarity session for 60 minutes. And this is ideal for people who are exploring psychology, mental health careers, or planning for postdoc or licensure. And here is an opportunity to really dig into your values, your questions, and help you connect or reconnect to your why. Of why am I doing this? Why is this important to me? So I'm also offering an academic application package. And so in this package, it includes goal setting sessions where you're also given written feedback on your materials. There's a mock interview with feedback, and I'll also generate a grad school checklist. Honestly, it's the package that I wish I had when I applied. I applied, gosh, with some structure because I was a McNair Scholar. For those of you who are familiar with that program, it's an undergraduate program that supports students from underrepresented backgrounds to apply for doctorate degrees. So there's support through research, it's financial support. So I wasn't totally lost, but I applied to grad school a year after I graduated from college. And then I'm also offering early career mentorship. I am also an early career psychologist. So this is one where I'm sharing what I'm navigating, things that I've learned. I'm doing research alongside you and figuring out what it is that you're looking for. There is no one direct path. And I think there are a lot of misconceptions about what next steps should be. And so a lot of that is going to be talking about okay, how do we map on our next steps to what's important to us and where we can see ourselves going in the future? So more specifically, this one's for folks who've already graduated or, like I said, are in early career and they need support navigating burnout, conflict, next steps, or just alignment. So every single offering includes a PDF session summary with your takeaways and next steps, because clarity is very, very important. And you'll also get a feedback form to help me make this space as helpful and responsive as possible as well. Most importantly, there are booking benefits, if you will, for some of the tiers. So in the academic application package and the early career package, that will also include some free giveaways. So like a tote bag, a personalized tote bag, some stickers, a mug, and or a water bottle. You'll also have access to more resources that are available at your leisure that you can download. I can send them to you, what have you. So if this resonates with you or you're curious, please book your free consultation session, the introduction session, where we'll get to know each other virtually, and we'll chat about sort of where you're at in life, what you're thinking, and how I could be most helpful. So I sort of plugged or mentioned some things that are going on behind the scenes and this rebranding, and I could just feel myself getting pretty emotional about this in the best way possible, because it's been a challenging couple of years through grad school, navigating postdoc and thinking about my next steps. Postdoc is also very workload intensive, and so that is also taking a toll on my mental health, my physical health, in the sense that manifestations of anxiety in a physical form, and just financially too. At the same time, I'm so grateful, if I haven't said that enough, to have been able to share most of this journey with you in such a public way. And so for those who have been with me from the beginning, this started off as Threads of Tenderness. This was really us weaving together stories of vulnerability, courage, difficulty, challenges, triumphs, what have you. And Threads of Tenderness really came from a very personal place at that time. I remember just dealing with a lot of interpersonal stuff in my personal life and really trying to work through that. And so that season of my life brought up a lot of feelings and thoughts that A, I thought I had worked through, or B, did a great job suppressing or avoiding, and so it so happened to resurface. And so that was sort of the push and accountability that I needed to be able to really make sure that my wellness and health was at the forefront of my mind and what I do on a daily basis. But as I've grown personally and professionally, this space has also grown as well. And I just felt this call to really have my social media platforms reflect that and the content that I do on those platforms. So I want to welcome you to On the Record. That is the official rebrand. And I am so excited because this is a play on what I do as a forensic psychologist in training, the public approach that I'm taking to my life and my professional world. And while it is a shift in name, I kind of want to be clear that the roots are still there. It still has this tender feeling and vulnerability and courage and authenticity to it. I think my goal is just to be bold. It's to be spicy. It's to be a little taboo, if you will. Because those of you who know me personally, I'm a pretty sassy person. I am a bold person. I am daring. I like to push envelopes a little bit. I'm okay with rocking the boat in a very appropriately assertive and often diplomatic way. And I want that to be a very genuine reflection of who I am on camera. I want that to come through. I really want this to be unfiltered. I know it's gonna get uncomfortable. It's gonna get messy. It already has, but I think I'm just leaning into that a little bit more confidently. I also don't want to be pigeonholed to just mental health, psychology, forensic psychology. Like, that is my jam. That's my passion. And I want to make sure that I am creating space for all the other parts of me. I am still a Black woman trying to navigate academia. I'm still a woman trying to navigate the business world. I am a human navigating life, and I'm still figuring it out. So whether you've been here since day one, or if this is your first time joining me, thank you so much. I am so incredibly blessed to be able to have built up, this is where I get emotional, to have built or continue to build something that is so meaningful to me so authentic and is able to reach a larger audience. One of my goals has always been to be in a leadership, mentorship position. I am someone who likes to be in the thick of things, as messy and uncomfortable as they are. I think my calling as a person of faith is to be able to pay it forward. It's also to be able to use my gift that I think that I was given, which is the gift of public speaking, the gift of conflict resolution, the gift of being able to make lemonade out of lemons, if you will. So thank you so much. I hope this new chapter resonates with you. I hope it challenges you. I hope it builds you and shapes you into someone that you hadn't even considered for a while because of all the other stuff piled on top of your workload. But most importantly, I hope this shows you that showing up fully, flaws, fired up, and all, is the most radical thing that you could do. So with that, we're officially on the record.